we lit. Okay, we live on TikTok. Let's go. Mastermind Mondays is off to the races, and we live on Facebook as well. Welcome everybody to the Mastermind Monday. Monday Fun Day. Where we come here every week, every Monday. Same place, same time. You know, Facebook has been giving me problems with the mastermind on Mondays, not been letting people join and everything. But that's okay today because we still gonna have a great time regardless. And TikTok, you know, we new over here on TikTok, but we starting to go live on TikTok every Monday as well. So I want to give a few minutes for everybody to come on in, grab a seat, get comfortable, grab you a drink, get you some coffee. You know, just come in excited because we're getting ready to kick this thing off. And today we're going to be talking about 15 investments you can make to take advantage of the shift that's going on right now. We have a shift going on right now, and that we could take advantage of and set our families up for generations. So I want everybody to come and chime in the live. Check us out, lock in with us because it's going to be insightful and it's going to be full of goodies. You know, I'm going to give you off my recommendations that I use in these investments that I make that allows me to continue to grow my wealth and set my generations to come up. So with no further ado, we're going to go ahead and get this thing started, and I would like to welcome everybody to the Mastermind Monday with Flyboss. And I want to give thanks to the Most High for giving us the opportunity to come together to be able to sit here, connect, and grow together. And I thank Him for choosing us and favoring us, you know, giving us the opportunity to make a difference in our lives and those around us' lives. You know, without Him, none of this would be possible. And I want to start off by thanking Him. And then I want to thank you all for joining in to the live and chiming in on the content. You know, because these masterminds are only as good as the people that's a part of it. So I do these every Monday, and they're insightful, they're full of goodies. It's all the things that you need for financial freedom to set your family up in generational wealth. You know, that's what I'm focused on, and that's what I do this for. You know, I do it for you and our generations to come. You know, so I would like to thank all of you all for being here, for showing up, you know, just for being present in the moment. You stopping through for a second, or you stopping through for a little bit. Either way, I appreciate you coming in. I post these live on my YouTube channel too. You can go find it on YouTube, Flyboss 180 Consulting. You can go there and you can find these replays and all of the previous content that I've done up until this point. You can go there and get it. So yeah, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Flyboss 180 Consulting, and you'll be able to find some more content that's very relevant to your life and your success and your generations to come. You know, and you can also go find me on Discord at Flyboss. I'm getting ready to start the Discord and start utilizing the Discord. So I would like you guys to get over there, subscribe, and join the Discord. It's FLIEBOS. And also, you can search me anywhere, any social media platforms. Google me, do whatever you want. Just put in Flyboss, FLIEBOS, and you'll be able to find me. But you are appreciated, and I appreciate you guys for showing up, coming out, just vibing with me for a little bit. I really appreciate that. But today's class, I will be talking about 15 investments you can make to take advantage of the shift that we got going on. Because we're in the middle of a shift, and we're shifting. And if you was in my last week's class, I was talking about the shift that we're going into. I've been a part of several shifts in my lifetime already. And right now we're in the process of going through another shift, which is a shift from a cash society to a cashless society, a digital-driven society. So right now is the opportunity to get in at the ground level of a lot of these investments and strategies and being able to capitalize on the growth of these strategies and these investments at the ground level, at the founding level, the founding stage. So I would like to definitely... hello, Mother Dear. I would like definitely have everybody to tune in to these 15 investments. I'm going to give you 15 strong investments that you can make that would allow you to take advantage of this shift. The investments will be 5 stock investments. We'll give you 5 stock investments, 5 good, strong stock investments, 5 crypto investments that you can invest in, as well as 5 dividend investments that you can invest in. You know, understand that this is not financial advice. This is not financial recommendations or anything like that. I'm just giving you my experiences that I did and that I use to help me leverage the shift that we got going on and leverage the opportunities that's available to us today in this day and age. Because in order for you to get wealthy and set your family up for generations to come, one, you have to be willing to stick with some for generations. You can't be generational wealthy if you're not willing to stick with some for generations. And two, timing. Time is not real, but timing is the key. Taking advantage of the time that you live in is the key to your financial success, because you can get rich just off of taking advantage of the time you're living in. So very being very punctual about timing is the key to you being successful. You know, but like I said, understand that this is not financial advice. I would recommend you to get with professional counsel when it comes to these things before you make any investment, because you got to realize anytime you make an investment, there's always an opportunity that you can lose your money. You know, there's risks that come with the reward, and I want you to be not fearful, but I want you to be acknowledged. I want you to be enlightened. I want you to understand what it is that you're dealing with, and you know what's the risk that's going along with the reward, and be sure that you're able to withstand those losses, that if you incur those losses, because there's always a risk of loss. And you should not invest anything that you can't afford to lose, because that's the beauty of investing. You have to be willing to give yourself an opportunity to grow, and sometimes that comes with the loss. So you want to be sure that you get some financial and professional advice from whoever that is that you get your professional advice from, CPA, coach, financial advisor, whoever that may be. But a lot of things that I talk about over here, you won't get this information from your financial advisor, because a lot of things that I talk about are free opportunities that financial advisors and stuff like that can't make money off of. So I want you to be sure that you understand that these are opportunities that you must take advantage of on your own, by doing your own due diligence, doing your own research to find out what's really going on with these opportunities. So with no further ado, let's get this show on the road. Let's talk about these investments that you can make to set your family up for generations to come. And like I said, this shift that we're going into is going from going into a cashless society. We're getting ready to be less dependent upon cash and more dependent upon digital currency and digital assets, digital products. You know, as you can see, a lot of millionaires at a young age has already been created off of this shift before it even really kicked in already. We have e-commerce people that's making money off having these digital stores. Look at Amazon. It grew up from being just a basic bookstore to being a powerhouse of digital assets and digital investing. So you want to take advantage of this digital shift that we're going into, and there's several ways that you can do it. But I want to start off talking about stocks. What are stocks? Stocks are shares or ownership that you can buy into a company, you know, giving you equity into that company. You know, and having equity means that you have a claim in that company to the profits, and also to the earnings and assets of that company. So when you buy a stock, you're buying shares of a company, and you're considered a shareholder. You know, shareholders are the ones that are paid out, that benefit from the growth and the profits that's made through a company. And when you're buying stocks, you know, you can buy them on a private sector or you can buy them on a public sector. When they're traded on the exchange, like the New York Stock Exchange, you're able to. That's a public trading exchange where all the companies go public with IPOs, initial public offerings. You go public. They go public with their company, and they allow people to buy shares of their company. And when they buy shares of these companies, that give you equitable interest in this company, which gives you opportunity, like I said, to receive some of the assets and claim to the profits and stuff like that of that company. So a lot of companies put their company on the stock exchange to raise capital, to help their company grow. So they'll publicly trade their company and give people the opportunity to buy into their company, and they'll use that funds to grow their company, to expand their company. So it's okay to purchase stocks and buy stocks. And my advice, I like to hold on to stocks, because when you hold on to stocks, it allows you to continue to grow that equity in that company. And you can use leverage with those stocks. Leverage is the key to success. Leverage is the difference between those that have money and those that do not have money, because they don't understand leverage. Understanding leverage is being able to leverage your assets to use it to be able to grow, expand, or get the financial backing that you may need. What's up, bro? Appreciate you dropping in. King step in the house. But yeah, being able to invest into these stocks is how companies raise the capital for their company through the stock exchange. And the price of the stocks is dependent upon the supply and demand of that company's shares. Depending on how popular and how strong that company is, depends on how high the shares increase and decrease. And then that's how you make your money as a shareholder, as stockholder, is by leveraging that growth or increase in those assets. When the stock prices go up, that means the demand is high, and they raise the prices to make more of a benefit off of those stocks. And when the demand is high, stock prices go up. Now, you can day trade when the stock prices go up and cash out. But when you cash out, realize that initiates a tax called capital gains tax. So, with this way that I'm telling you now to hold on to your assets, it allows you not to incur those capital gains tax, because you can continue to let those assets grow and reinvest and get more and more equity inside the company, and it allows you not to incur a capital gains tax. But you can take that same equity and go to a bank, a lender, or anybody of that nature and ask for a loan and use your equity as leverage. Just ask Elon Musk, the richest man in the world. Just ask him. That's how he was able to grow his company, Tesla. Because initially, when he was trying to get support of his peers by crowdfunding, by the Bill Gates and the Warren Buffetts and everybody, they all denied him. They didn't want to help him save his company, Tesla. So what he did? He went and took his company and leveraged it with the banks and pulled the money that he needed. So you take that same that same chapter out of his book, and you apply it to your life as well. As you buy these stocks and get this equity in these companies, you continue to invest and let it grow and reinvest, and you leverage that equity to pull whatever financial backing you need to make an investment. But like I tell you in previous episodes, don't pull a loan or anything of that nature or use OPM if you don't have a plan for that OPM, for that money. And when I say have a plan, that means have a structure where you're going to be able to put that money to work and allow that money to pay your interest back on that money and pay back what you're owed while creating you income. So you want to be able to leverage OPM the correct way and do not pull OPM without a plan or a strategy, because it can be detrimental to your success. It can cause you to be long-winded and more stressful than it is helpful to you. So you want to make sure that you're able to leverage that OPM the correct way to not only pay back the loan, but also create revenue for yourself, cash flow. You know what I'm saying? But like I was saying about stocks, so the stock price is dependent upon the supply and demand of the market, and the board of directors of that company also puts in place how they're going to pay out their shareholders through dividends. Dividends is the way that all companies don't pay dividends, but there are companies that pay dividends, and they will pay dividends out on a quarterly basis, a monthly basis, or special payouts. They have different ways of paying out their shareholders, but that's based on whatever the board decides on what percentage of yield that they'll pay out their dividends to their companies, and how often that'll be paid out. So I love dividends. Dividends is the way that I invest into stocks, and the way that I really got into stocks, because at first I didn't like stocks, but when 2020 came around, I seen how CEOs and big corporations were taking advantage of the stock trade market. I had to get in and educate myself on stocks. And I found dividends to be the most lucrative and the most secure way to invest into stocks. Because for one, you're able to build your equity without pulling it out, and you're able to receive cash flow on a monthly, quarterly, or annually basis. So that's a win-win for me. I want to invest into something where I have minimal risk, where I'm creating cash flow, and where I'm also building equity, building ownership in this company, taking my claim to the assets of this company. So, like I said, dividends and stocks, those are two different forms of stock. Excuse me. But yeah, so with that being said, we're going to dive right into some of my stock recommendations today. And like I said, I have 5 stock recommendations for you guys. And the first one that I want to recommend is the S&P 500. The S&P 500 index, stock symbol VOO. That's one of my favorite, because that's one company that invests into the 500 top top companies in the exchange, and they pay out on an annual average of about 5 to 10% return on your investment. And you can continue to invest into this and build up your equity in the S&P 500 and look to receive 5 to 10% return on your money. That's better than any bank. I'm sorry to tell you. Well, but a bank is not going to give you that. So investing into the S&P 500 is a great way to start investing, in a more secure way to start investing into stocks. And it's going to minimize your risk. You know what I mean? And also, of the S&P 500, those top 500 companies, there's a group of the top companies called the Magnificent Seven. So those are the 7 companies that really brings in 80% of the revenue for the S&P 500. While there's 500 companies, there's really only the top 7 that brings in the majority of the revenue for the exchange. And one of those companies, which is my recommendation number 2, is Apple. Stock symbol AAPL. And Apple is one of the best and most secure investments, because for one, we all know that Apple was part of that first one of those shifts that we had in the past. And it's still going on. So just think about if you had got into Apple when Apple first came into the mix. Right now, today, you'll be a millionaire. No matter how much you invested into Apple, you'd be very wealthy. Because not only is Apple a very secure stock and a very high demand stock, it has the market cornered when it comes to digital communication, telecommunications, stuff like that, computer technology, all of that. It covers a vast majority of industries. So Apple is a very secure investment, and not only is it a very secure investment, but it also pays out dividends. They pay out dividends quarterly. So Apple is a very secure investment, and is my number 2 stock to invest in. But it also ties into my number 3, which is Microsoft. Microsoft is the software technology for this internet protocol that we use, this digital era that we're in. Apple and Microsoft are going to be big players in the game. So you want to invest into Apple and Microsoft. And Microsoft stock symbol is MSFT. So you will go and put in these symbols to pull up these companies and do your research on these companies. Find out how these companies are paying out and how successful they've been over the years. You know, Microsoft is also, just like Apple, another dividend paying company as well. You know, so not only are you investing into a secure stock and a secure company, but you're also setting yourself excuse me, coming over a little something. But also you're investing into a secure company that pays out in dividends as well. And like I tell you, dividends are my favorite stock investment because not only are you building equity, but you're setting up cash flow to be paid out to you based on the company's yield and based on the company's payout. So Apple and Microsoft are two of the most secure investments you can make. And that leads me into the fourth stock investment to make, which is Amazon. Jeff Bezos them. You know, Jeff Bezos started in his garage with Amazon. It was just the idea of him wanting to use the digital platform to sell his books, to sell books on a digital platform. This was early in the game when online platforms weren't as great as they are today. So Jeff Bezos took advantage of the timing he was in, and he's seen the trajectory of digital assets and online abilities, and he decided, oh, I'm going to put books onto the digital platform. I'm going to create a website where you can go listen to books and buy your books online. I'm going to put everything on a digital platform, put it in that cloud storage, you know, which is what digital is all about, the cloud storage. So Amazon is another very strong stock investment. It's one of those magnificent sevens that I was telling you about. Amazon's ticker symbol, stock symbol, is AMZN. Now, Amazon does not pay dividends. That's the only downside about Amazon, but that's okay because it's a very strong company. And by having equity into Amazon, it allows you, bankers and lenders are going to favor you because they know that Amazon and Microsoft are going to be around, and Apple, they're going to be around for a long time because they're big players in this digital era that we're in. You know, and then my fifth and last but final stock recommendation that I'm giving you, do your research, is Tesla. Tesla, owned by the richest man in the world, Elon Musk. But also, like I was telling you, got the shift going on. We're being led by Jordan and Pippen, you know, which is Jordan and Pippen is in the cabinet now, which is Donald Trump, one of the most successful entrepreneurs to ever walk this earth, and Elon Musk, who is right now labeled as the richest man in the world. He's also owner of Tesla, SpaceX, a lot of artificial intelligence, EV, electric vehicles, you know, and he's now in the cabinet with the government, which means that our country is going to be leveraging these digital assets and these opportunities that comes with artificial intelligence, electric vehicles, space exploration, all of that. You know, so everything that got to do with Tesla and Elon Musk are going to increase, are going to jump through the roof. For one, the government now has over 250 seats that are crypto friendly. You know, two, Tesla is owned by Elon Musk, who is also the owner, who is also in the cabinet with the president. You know what I'm saying? So Tesla's stock symbol is TSLA. It's a very secure and very strong company to invest in because it's not going anywhere. It's here to stay. And it's going to continue to grow and get stronger. You know, so as I was telling you with these 5 stocks, so now the trick to leverage and hedge your investments is to, 1, invest into the stock, the S&P 500, and then 2, double back and invest into those top 7, magnificent 7 companies, which I just gave you 4 of them. Invest into those companies separately along with the S&P 500. That's how you hedge your bets. That's how you leverage the assets. So that way you're not winning once, but you're winning twice when it comes to it. And don't sell these assets. You continue to invest in and buy and hold these assets. And if you need to withdraw cash from these assets, you go leverage these assets by pulling a loan and using OPM, leveraging the asset and equity that you have in these companies by going to a bank and asking to lend you what it is that you need. And like I said, just ask Elon. It worked for him. He became the richest man in the world by using this and leveraging his assets. You know, and this leads me into my top 5 dividend stocks. And my favorite when it comes to dividend stocks are REITs, REITs, Real Estate Investment Trust. You know, because these are your way to get into real estate, because real estate is the number one wealth creator. It created the most millionaires in this world. Is real estate. Because one thing, as long as there's people, there's always going to be a need for real estate. As long as we're having economic growth, there's always going to be real estate. From commercial real estate to residential real estate, there's always going to be a need for real estate. As long as mankind's here, people need somewhere to live. You know, so my favorite investment is REITs when it comes to dividends, because REITs is you investing into real estate hedge funds, companies that strictly buys real estate, and they continue to grow their portfolio, and they pay out dividends, percentage payouts to their shareholders, and they can pay monthly, quarterly, annually. It depends. So, with that being said, my first dividend stock that I like to invest into, which is a REIT called Realty Income. You know, and just as I said, Realty Income, this allows you to be a digital landlord. You know, you're getting into these digital assets, and you're making money off of real estate investment trusts on a monthly basis. This dividend pays out monthly. You see what I'm saying? And the stock symbol for Realty Investment Trust, Realty Income, is O. Just the letter O. That's the only symbol. Put that into your stock search and you'll find Realty Income. But they pay out monthly. My number 2 dividend recommendation is Equinix. Equinix is a technology company that focuses on innovative technology. And technology is a very important aspect of the shift that we're going on, because we have things like artificial intelligence coming into the play. We have things like electric vehicles coming into the play. We have a lot of different technologies and different things that are being invented, and Equinix is one of my favorite because it's one of those that pays out dividends on a quarterly basis. It's a strong company and it continues to grow. And Equinix stock symbol is EQIX. So go ahead and check that out and do your research on that investment. My dividend stock number 3 is Schwab U.S. Dividend. And that is a company that also focuses on the top 100 index funds, the top 100 companies, and it pays out a dividend based on the performance of those top 100 companies. And then their stock symbol is SCHD. And then number 4 dividend stock is Vanguard Real Estate ETF. Vanguard is a big player in our economic structure. They're a big player in our exchange structure. They're big owners, right along with BlackRock and companies like that. Vanguard, they're hedging a lot of the companies that you may be investing in. They're part owner in all of these big companies. So that real estate investment ETF is a great dividend to invest in. And their ticker symbol, their stock symbol, is VNQ. And the last but not least is the Vanguard High Yield Dividend stock, which is VYM. So go do your research on these dividend stocks. and these stocks that I gave you, because all of these are great opportunities for you to set your family up for generations to come. Because by buying these equity into these companies, it allows you to be able to leverage your asset and leverage your equity to be able to go purchase and pull whatever financial backing you need to make your next investment that's going to bring you in cash flow. And then I'm going to end this off with my top 5 cryptos to invest with. And you know my favorite of all is the godfather of the whole crypto market, which is Bitcoin. As you can see, Bitcoin has been booming, and it's almost at 100K for one coin. And we want to get involved with Bitcoin now because Bitcoin is not going anywhere. It's here to stay. No matter what they tell you, how volatile it is, and how it may not last, and this and that. Well, it's going to last because it's the Godfather, and it was the first one put in place to use the IPO cloud to be able to utilize this thing called blockchain technology, which is no more than a public database where everything is public and you can see everything, every transaction, every movement of assets on the grid, on the IPO, on the public IPO. So Bitcoin is my number one stock investment when it comes to stock. Buy your Bitcoin, buy it now, buy it and hold it. Do not sell it. It's like digital gold. Buy your Bitcoin. While Bitcoin is at 95K from my last seen it, there's a derivative of Bitcoin that is just as strong called Bitcoin Cash, and its stock symbol is BCH if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. Go do your research. Bitcoin Cash. But Bitcoin Cash is a derivative that's much cheaper than Bitcoin, but it's connected just like Bitcoin. And it's going to also give you the opportunity to buy in early because a lot of people don't know about it. It's going to let you get in at about $300 to $400, maybe even $500 now. Haven't checked it in a couple days. But you can buy your Bitcoin Cash cryptos right now from anywhere from $300 to $500, which is a fraction of what Bitcoin itself costs, which is at 95, almost 100K. So Bitcoin Cash is a great investment for you to look into. My number 3 crypto recommendation is XRP, also known as Ripple. They fought with this one for a long time, but they couldn't deny it. It's going to be very influential in the crypto market and the digital asset market because it has to do with smart contracts. And smart contracts is the way that they exchange and put things on automation to where, like, when it comes to paying your bills and different things like that, you won't have to worry about going in and manually do it. It'll be put on a smart contract using something like an XRP crypto, and it'll transfer automatically and set up to be done automatically. But this started out as being traded at like 40 cents, 30 cents per share. But it has already increased all the way up over $1 in just the last week. So it's getting ready to jump through the roof. And they also smart about XRP because they're getting ready to keep the dollar relevant by bagging XRP with the American dollar. Do you hear me? And also, Elon Musk is a big investor in XRP. You know, so anything that he has going on is going to be very beneficial over these next 4 years, like I told you. We're going for 4 rings, and it's led by Jordan and Pippen. So XRP is another investment that you want to go look into. And that leads me to, speaking on Elon Musk, leads me to the fun coin, Doge. Doge is a fun coin. You know, it's just a fun little meme coin to start out as just a meme, but it has got very popular. And it was trading at like 4 cents or something like that, and it's up over 20 something cent, 40 cent now. And that's over within the last month that it has grown so substantially like that. So you want to buy those little, we're talking about pennies on $1, 4 cents, 14 cents, 15 cents. You know, less than $1 on these investments that you can make, that you can buy and hold and hold for a long time, hold them for generations, and set your generations to come up. Because all cryptos are going to increase the more we go into this digital era. Because we're not in it yet. We're still depending on the dollar, but we're getting ready to shift over into the digital era, and the dollar is going to be less relevant and less relevant. Which leads me into my final and most lucrative and my favorite outside of Bitcoin is BRICS. You know, BRICS is an international currency being created by the top five countries that's going to be creating another currency to hedge the American dollar. And they've been backing that BRICS with Bitcoin, with digital currency. And they're creating a new currency, a new outlet that will allow us to be able to invest and be able to hedge against the fall of the dollar, the devaluation of the dollar. So go do your research on BRICS. There's a couple derivatives of BRICS as well, but I want you guys to go do your research. I don't want to give you too much, but I want to give you enough that you can implement and set your generation to come up for financial success for years and years to come. So with that being said, also get on Coinbase for your cryptos. Coinbase is my favorite. Coinbase is the most secure. It's one of the OGs of the crypto exchange. So you want to get on Coinbase to invest into your cryptos. If you don't want to use Coinbase, I also recommend Webull. Webull is another crypto exchange that's very safe and secure for you to invest into your cryptos. So when it comes to cryptos, I recommend Coinbase or Webull. When it comes to dividend investing, you can get you a trade account through E-Trade Fidelity. But right now we have abilities to trade on the Cash App. Cash App has a trading platform with stocks on there and everything, where you can buy your stocks in cash on Cash App and buy your dividends on Cash App, and your pays will come right back to your Cash App. So it's going in a cycle. I like Cash App. I'm a very strong advocate of Cash App, and I'd rather use Cash App than a lot of these exchange or trade exchanges, just for the simple fact that I got my Cash App in my hand. It's right there. I can see everything that's going on. I can make moves and changes, and nobody's administering it for me. I'm doing it on my own. But like I said, get your financial advice. Get you a coach. Get you a financial advisor. Get you someone that can help you understand these investments that you may be making when it comes to investing into these 15 stocks and cryptos that can set your generations up to come. But with that being said, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys coming out, rocking with me. I hope this was educational for you guys. I do it for educational purposes only, and I hope this start giving you something to think about and giving you something to look forward to for your generations to come, because you can set them up now to where they don't have to be doing a lot of the leg work later on down the line. Once the thing is full blown and in high demand, you can get going right now. The best time to start is yesterday. So with that being said, I love you guys. I want you guys to be encouraged and not discouraged. Keep coming back. I'll be here next Monday, same time, same place. Like I said, I love y'all. Be encouraged. Fly ish only. Take care.